The statistic in this day and age is that 38% of the women are breadwinners, bread earners. You're bringing in the money to the family. And you ladies may find yourself in this exact same situation where you're going to be making the money for the families. And this brings more pressure, and you have to do more roles than ever before, that women have ever done before. And so it's extremely important to set limits, and that your family life is strong, and your relationships are strong, and you don't lose yourself. And you have to work at it every day. I'm not going to lie. It's work every day. And it is fun being busy, and it's fun juggling things. It can be overwhelming, but I would not trade my life for mind-numbing boredom, or as Margaret Thatcher said, cleaning a teacup. So in all this, in the expanding role of business, it's more important than ever to pick a good partner, and somebody who will support you and also put themselves on the back burner if that's what makes sense. And this is a real changing and ever flexible role that men and women play in relationships, and building and raising families, and the daily operations of how our households operate now. And people have to be comfortable with that. A lot of modern families, what causes frictions is that people are having difficulty adapting to their new realities. Family, having children, is going to be important, or it may not be important. But for many of you, it'll be the most important and enriching experience of your lives, and we cannot ignore biology. For many women, despite accomplishments and success, when the desire to have children presents, it's sometimes at such an age that it's so difficult and so expensive and debilitating and cumbersome. And our bodies were not designed that way. And for many, it can be a terrible source of regret and a silent source of struggle that nobody wants to talk about. And I can tell you it's affected many of my colleagues and friends. And I'll tell you what I will tell my daughter, which is make having children before it's too late a priority. And my last message is one that may be a little bit advanced for you. I looked, at the age spread and all of your backgrounds, but I feel you can handle it, and it may not resonate with you at this point in time, but in a few years and as you go onward. But I did notice and applaud many of you who are starting to get involved in boards and organizations. And one of the issues in society that everyone is talking about is the low participation in boards. And I've learned a thing or two about a term, which you may not be familiar with, which is called old boys clubs. And I'd like to convey what I've learned, because I would have benefited from this knowledge if I was sitting where you are today. And that is that old boys networks can be about sexism, but really more so what they are is an island society. And old boys clubs are a crony network that don't benefit from renewal, outside perspectives, and so what happens very quickly are negative tendencies emerge. And then these are reinforced and they become the norm, and anyone who questions them or tries to challenge them are often vehemently attacked. And so what keeps me very optimistic is meeting and seeing young people like yourself. Young people these days can smell a fake a mile away. And you're smiling because you know it. And you're not afraid to question things that don't seem right. And young people have a real innate moral compass that I believe shines through in most young people. And you're starting to get involved in the different organizations and boards, and there's going to be a real flood of positive change that you and other young people can bring, and I applaud you. And I'm so excited to see that happen, so by all means, if you haven't already or are just thinking about it, get involved and join in groups, because critical mass is crucial and important. And at this time, I just want to say that you are all so impressive at such a young age, and I know you're going to do great things. Thank you very much.